What's happening, guys? This is the Grand Master of Faster, and welcome to my first ever Let's Replay of Pokemon Trading Card Game for the Game Boy Color. I decided to replay this game because I saw I saw my original recording of this game, and I said to myself, wow, this is very inconsistent. I ought to try replaying this game to see how far I've come as an LPer. And there is our main character. Doesn't he look super cool with that bandana on his head? Now, by default, his name is Mark, but I am going to name him GM Fast. Stands for Grand Master, which is ironically a major plot point in this game. GM Fast is crazy about Pokemon and Pokemon card collecting. Who wasn't back in the 90s? One day, GM Fast heard a rumor. The legendary Pokemon cards, the extremely rare and powerful cards held by Pokemon trading card game's greatest players. The Grand Masters are searching for one to inherit the legend. Dreaming of inheriting the legendary Pokemon cards, GM Fast visits the Pokemon card researcher Dr. Mason. This is Dr. Mason. He is the trading card game equivalent of Professor Oak. And he is kind enough to offer us a practice deck. And he's even kinder enough to give us a practice opponent. So we're just gonna mosey on over to this dueling table here. And you have the option of asking Sam about the basics of the game. We don't really need to ask anything because 1, I've played this game 1,000 times, 2, I already LP'd this game before, and 3, it'll take much less time if I just explain everything. Dr. Mason says that it could be easier if we read the Pokemon trading card game instruction booklet while you play. Indeed, the trading card game booklet does a complete play-by-play of this duel. No joke. But anyway, this is Sam. He is a tech and Dr. Mason's assistant. It's time to duel! Oh, sorry, wrong franchise. So the first thing we need to do is choose a card as our active Pokemon. And for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to select Goldeen. Next, we need to play some Pokemon on our bench. And we really only have one option, and that's to choose Staryu. There are 3 types of Pokemon cards: Basic, Stage 1, and Stage 2. You can only place basic Pokemon directly onto your bench and as your active Pokemon. You can't just slap the Seeking on there and say, oh, I'm going to dominate you with an evolved Pokemon. No, you gotta play a basic Pokemon. In this sense, basic Pokemon are going to serve as your main strike force of your deck. And yes, we are going to go through this tutorial where Dr. Mason tells us exactly what to do. I really wish I could skip this because I can explain it much faster. The bottom line is that there are 3 different types of Pokemon cards: Pokemon, Energy, and Trainer cards. More into what Trainer cards do later on. But Pokemon need energy in order to attack. If they don't have energy, they can't do anything. In Goldeen's case, it needs 1 water energy in order to use its horn attack. And after you attack, your turn ends. See, Machop needs 1 fighting energy to use its low kick attack. The main objective of your Pokemon is to knock out your opposing player's Pokemon. Once you knock out your opposing Pokemon, you can claim a prize, but more on that later. Our Goldeen is about to get knocked out, so what's the best thing to do? Why, evolve it into a Seeking, of course! And that's just what we're going to do as soon as this tutorial expires, or runs out, or you know what I mean! I'm getting so frustrated I'm mixing my words together. Seeking is a Stage 1 Pokemon, and basic Pokemon can evolve into Stage 1, provided you have the correct cards, of course. And we're going to attach a Psychic Energy to Seeking, because with that Psychic Energy we can now use the Waterfall attack. Notice the asterisk sign next to the Water Energy symbol. That is a colorless symbol. What's unique about colorless energies is the fact that you can use any type of energy card in order to fulfill its requirement. So now Sam's gonna take his turn and attach a fighting energy to the Rattata he just played, and he'll attack us with Low Kick once again. Alright, now that Seeking's all powered up, we are going to want to attach some energies to Staryu to get it ready for battle. You need bench Pokemon. That's just a fact. No matter how strong you think your deck is, your active Pokemon will inevitably get knocked out, so you'll want Pokemon on your bench, preferably powered up. As is the case with Staryu, it needs one water energy to use its Slap attack. So we're just going to use Horn attack to take out Machop. And Machop has been KO'd. Very nice. Every time you KO one of your opponent's Pokemon, you can pick up one of your prize cards. The first player to pick up all of their prize cards wins the duel. And Sam is going to fire right back at us by evolving his Rattata into Eradicate. You see what I mean? When I said that your active Pokemon would not be able to carry the entire duel on their own, this is why. Seeking is going to get knocked out next turn. Alright, so we drew a Drowsy card, which means we're going to play that on our bench. Oh, Dr. Mason just explained something very important. If your active Pokemon gets knocked out, and you have no Pokemon on your bench to replace it, you automatically lose. So be sure you have a steady supply of Pokemon on your bench. So we're gonna put Drowsy on the bench, and we're going to attach a Water Energy to it. And then we're going to attack with Seeking's Waterfall, because that is our most powerful attack right now. And I can bet you know what Sam's going to do. He's going to attach another Lightning Energy and KO our Seeking. And now that Seeking has been KO'd, Sam is going to take one of his prizes. So when your active Pokemon gets knocked out, you need to replace it with another one on your bench. We've got Drowsy and Staryu. In this case, we're going to choose Staryu because it's more powerful, even though it has less HP. Alright, now our turn finally begins. Ooh, a trainer card, but more on that later. We are going to attach Water Energy cards in order to get ready to evolve Staryu into Starmie. So first, 2 Water Energies for Staryu, but Staryu only needs 1 to activate its Slap attack, and this does 20 damage, so that's rather nice. Okay, now what's Sam gonna do? He's gonna place a Machop on the bench, and he's going to attach a Fighting Energy to it. Oh! Sam just did something that I was about to touch up on. One option your basic Pokemon has is retreating. If your active Pokemon is about to get KO'd, you can retreat it back to the bench at the cost of an energy. Sometimes you will need to pay 1 energy to retreat, or even 2, or possibly even 3, depending on the Pokemon. There are some Pokemon who don't have any retreat costs. Pokemon like Scyther and Abra and Goldeen that we had earlier. Goldeen does not need to give up an energy in order to retreat. So if you're Pokemon is about to get KO'd, retreating can be a viable option. Now let's take the time to explain trainer cards. Trainer cards have special abilities. In this potion card's case, it allows us to remove 2 damage counters from any one of our Pokemon. So now Staryu is fully healed. So let's go and attack Machop with Slap. Or not. Apparently he wanted me to attach another water energy to Staryu. Alright, so we're going to attach a water energy. Then we're going to heal it with the potion. And at long last, we are going to attack Machop with Slap. You see what I mean when I said this tutorial is really slow? One thing I forgot to mention about trainer cards is that you can play as many of them as you want from your hand in one turn. Also, this trading card game is much like others in the fact that if you cannot draw a card at the beginning of your turn, you automatically lose. Yes, it's the decking out that every person who has played a trading card game hates. And we've finally drawn a Starmie card. How did I know that was coming? We're going to evolve Staryu into Starmie, and we're going to attack with Star Freeze, thanks to all the water energy we attached earlier. But Star Freeze has a special ability. If we flip a coin and it comes up heads, not only is Machop damaged, but he gets paralyzed. I will explain about status ailments later, but they are also very important to the game. For now, let's just finish this tutorial because I'm already at 12 minutes. Alright. So now that the final turn is upon us, we're going to attack again and pick up the last prize. Starmie attacks Star Freeze. And Machop gets KO'd. And with our last prize taken, we win the duel. And that's essentially how the trading card game is played. So now that that's over and done with, we're going to talk to Dr. Mason as soon as he's done talking to us. And he's going to give us the option of selecting a deck. We can select the Charmander and Friends deck, the Squirtle and Friends deck, or the Bulbasaur and Friends deck. I picked the Charmander and Friends deck during my first playthrough, so I don't think I'm going to pick that one again. I'm going to go with the Bulbasaur and Friends deck, because, well, Bulbasaur's the first Pokemon. So we get a Bulbasaur and Friends deck and receive 30 more cards. It's not the actual Bulbasaur and Friends deck, mind you. But, well, more on that later. We're going to be encouraged by Dr. Mason to collect even more cards. And we're just going to head to one of the clubs at random. Let's go head to we're gonna head to the Rock Club, let's say, because there's a new character that we need to introduce. Well, getting the rock medal wasn't that hard. If I keep this up, I should be able to get the legendary Pokemon cards. This is Ronald. He serves as your main rival throughout the story. Of course we're going to get the legendary Pokemon cards. But he thinks that's the funniest thing in the world, because he's a jerk. Your rivals are always jerks. Well, not necessarily. That's actually changed over time. Your rivals have become much more friendly in recent Pokemon games. But he just told us what we need to do throughout the game. We need to go to these clubs, defeat the club masters, collect all 8 Master Medals, then go to Pokemon Dome and defeat the Grandmasters to inherit the legendary Pokemon cards. Yep, that's pretty much what we need to do. And we're already at 15 minutes, so I'm going to head back to Mason Laboratory, and I'm going to end the video. So next time on Let's Play Pokemon Trading Card Game, we are going to do a little bit more exploring throughout the island. If you like my videos, please be sure to leave a like or comment below and subscribe to my channel. Every one of those helps. See you guys next time.